Hey there. So today I want to talk a little bit about my transformation and helping other women find transformation within both the physical exterior body and what you show to the world, as well as what's on the inside. And I think a lot of people think, you have to start with mindset and what's on the inside and um, doing the inner work. And I think that's really important. But I feel like in my own transformation, and I do feel like I'm living my very best life in my 60s and that I'm having the most fun and the most adventures and the most sexy, beautiful, fun times in my life now in my 60s. And who would have thought I never would have expected this in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, or even my 50s, that I had something really to look forward to because I honestly thought especially in my mid 50s after, you know, breaking up of 30, almost 30-year marriage and, experiencing being single life and really feeling like I wasn't going to find love again and that my best years were in the rear view mirror. And I went through a lot of really sad times, lonely, depressed, sad times. And on the outside, I, appeared to be fine, but there were some very dark nights, or times where I would wake up at, 3 in the morning, just panicked about my situation, about what I left behind, about mistakes um, and feeling regrets, And one of the reasons I quit drinking in 2023 was honestly to see if the sadness was really inside of me or if it was a side effect of drinking alcohol and having that alcohol wear off in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then waking up with the panic and anxiety and worries about my financial situation and worries about my love life and feeling like everything was in the past that was good and I didn't have a lot to look forward to. I wasn't so depressed that I was like suicidal or anything like that, but just like I just had a lot of regrets and anxiety. So anyway, I wanted to share sort of what happened with my transformation and what, some of the things was, just starting to get to take action, right? So the sobriety happened in 2023, but in early 2024, I started just going to the gym. And I just made it a habit to go to the gym and record myself at the gym. And I think it's really important to, at least take before photos, write down your weight, write down your measurements, make a decision that you are going to improve this aspect of your life and your health. And I wasn't really doing it because I thought, oh, I need to become sexier and I need to, have this perfect body or I'm going to compete like I did before on stage and I want to, be bikini ready or something like that. It was more of just like, I just need to change something in my life. I knew I was living in a day to day just overwhelm and regret and unhappy. And it was one of the things that I knew in my previous version of myself was a habit of mine was being at the gym. And so for me, I joined a gym and I made it. Actually, I'd been a member of that gym for like a year and hadn't gone more than once. But I made a decision that I would start going to the gym and I just started and I didn't like the way I looked in the mirror and I didn't like taking videos of myself in the way that I looked, but I did it anyway and I did it every day and I made those videos and I even posted those videos as shameful in some way as it was where I was in my journey. I was documenting it. And I think on some level, I knew that by documenting it, I was going to improve that condition. So what happened? Well, it started accumulating the effects of the movement. And then the more I did that and the more I saw sort of little improvements in the clothes I was wearing, and I paid more attention to what I was eating and I started documenting my food. So I started writing in a food journal. I used MyFitnessPal as an app on my phone. And I was, just tracking my food and my meals and my macros. And that also put me in the state of, oh, I'm someone who is improving the the condition of my body, right? And you know, talking about that, it has a bit to do with identity too. Like I saw myself as I am a girl who goes to the gym. that's part of my identity now. I'm just someone who does this. So I start going to the gym, I start losing weight. Another thing that happened was I got on bioidentical hormones. So about 2 months, 2 or 3 months after getting in the practice and habit of going to the gym pretty much every day and eating a little bit better, I got bioidentical hormones. And that really changed the game. I mean, that gave me energy. It actually, they say like testosterone is the hormone of life and of desire. And I found like I wanted life. I wanted to be part of things. I wanted my business to expand. I wanted to be around people. I was excited to go to the gym. I was excited for new experiences. I mean, if the gym was closed one day for some reason, I would go to a different gym and I would find myself thinking, oh, isn't this great? I'm going to see different people at the gym. I'm going to have different equipment I get to try. Like, I'm looking forward to this. And I do believe the hormones really had a lot to do with my mental health and my outlook, but also I was in the practice of going to the gym now pretty regularly by the time I started that. So I think everything was accumulating for my benefit of my transformation. The other thing that happened that is an exterior thing that then affected my mindset was that while I was posting my gym workouts, mostly for my own accountability, as well as to see my own progress, I was doing this more for me in the sense that I knew that I was posting my gym workouts, and therefore, because there were followers on Instagram, mostly just my friends and acquaintances, I wasn't like an influencer or anything, but because I knew that I was consistent in posting my gym workouts, it made me feel like I was accountable to continue posting my gym workouts, if that makes sense. So I'm posting my gym workouts, and lo and behold, different men started messaging me, right? Sliding into my DMs, from all over the world. Yeah, I had one Italian guy, very handsome, good looking Italian guy start chatting me up. And, none of those ever went anywhere, but it fed my ego, which I was starved for. And I had gotten to the point where I really thought like all my good, fun single life stuff was behind me. And when I started getting the attention of men, it started to show me that I'd been wrong. So I don't think you have to have all the work done internally on the mindset to put yourself in the right place to receive um, a shift in your belief system. I think that some of that can actually come from the outside. And it was the physical work on the outside, on my body, and here's the other thing I want to mention. I made a point to keep my hair down. I used to always just tie it up in like a top knot, and just go like sweaty. And, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd just run to the gym. And then after I went to the gym, I'd shower and put on my makeup and do all that. And I changed that last year when I really embraced going back to the gym. I started showering and putting on my makeup before I went to the gym. And some people would say that's really counterintuitive because you're just going to go sweat and get dirty. And, why would you put on your makeup and then you have to put on your makeup again? But I found that because of the kind of workout I do, I do more weight training and I do a little bit of cardio. I wasn't getting like hot yoga, dripping sweat. And so putting on my makeup, getting into a cute gym outfit. So, I bought a bunch of stuff on like Shein and Amazon, cheap, but flattering. And I would get into a cute gym outfit. Even when I was way overweight, I still wanted to be, as cute as I could when I went to the gym, keep my hair down instead of tying it back or pulling it up, have my lipstick on, have my eyelashes extensions or what have you, and be present. So when people saw me, I wasn't like, don't look at me right now. I'm hideous because I haven't even showered yet today. No, like I was present in the gym in my best form. And yeah, I'm here to be seen and I'm here to be on camera and put this video out for, whoever happens to be following me and for my own accountability. And I'm going to be present in my best state right now, the best way that I can be present, which includes, my makeup and my hair and my cool gym outfit, right? So I started to get attention from men at the gym too. And that again confirmed that I was attractive, that men were interested in me. And so I'm sharing with you all of this to say that it wasn't simply switching my mindset, that there were external factors and that I created those external factors. But then when I saw those external factors working, I then started to believe it. And then I had the confirmation bias, right? So then I just started to accept that, of course, men are going to find me attractive. Of course they are. Of course, when I walk into the gym, I'm going to turn heads. Like, and then I'd see more of that, more confirmation bias, more people in my DMs, more people applauding what I was doing. And so I wanted to share that with you that although I do think there's a lot of mindset work to do, and I will talk about that in another video, but I wanted to share that you can actually create lasting change internally by starting on the outside. So let me know if you've done something like this, if you have started on the outside to make changes on the inside, and if that has helped. If you agree with this, if you think it's total BS, I would love to know in the comments. And if you have used something externally to change what you're feeling on the inside, what was it for you? What worked? What little things make you feel more feminine, more beautiful, more sexy, more vibrant, more alive? Put those in the comments. Thank you. I'll see you next time.